Good evening, my friends and dear listeners. It's another wonderful time we have now. Let's talk about it with King Emmanuel. And we'll be looking at something very, very important today. We're talking about low self-esteem as we can see it, and it has no regards for color or race or for sex, whether male or female, or whether young or old. And see that this has perchance be part of life, and over time the consequences has been one not really taking the chances opportunity that are available. And we'll be looking at the whole of it today. We'll talk about the definition of it. We'll look at the importance of self-esteem, why you must have self-esteem. We'll look at the science, a pointer that shows that you have self-esteem. Some of these dimensions be able to show that you have this, and we'll look at the causes, the effect, and of course, as usual, we'll tell you the way out of self-esteem. So you're welcome, and hope you have a wonderful listening to this particular section. I won't be doing it alone, be doing it with my friend, and be doing it with a brother and friend with a lot of experience in this subject. His name is Mr. Adeola Adeniro. I'll be welcoming him now as we start this section. Once again, you're welcome to this beat.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Let's get the show started.
All right. So without wasting time, we want to look at low self-esteem. This word should tell you something. The word low is enough to show you that this thing is not acceptable. Because anywhere you see the words an opposite. You have high, you have low. And once a low self-esteem, it's something that is not desirable. And you need to do all you can to ensure that you learn all that we discussed today and ensure you get out of this situation at this time. So, sir, we want to really look at it. What are the things you could say, okay, the definition, or how do we describe this word low self-esteem?
All right. Thank you. 3 words there. Number 1, low. Number 2, self. And then number 3, esteem. So let me take it from number 3, esteem. When we say something is esteem, you say precious, peculiar, something you hold dearly, something you value, something you treasure. And then if you look at the word self, that means yourself, you as an individual, either a boy, a girl, a man, a woman. And low is low. It's either you are high or you are low. So low is at the base level, at the lowest rung of the ladder. So if you combine the 3 words together, we're saying that how you perceive yourself, how you see yourself as an individual, how the kind of preciousness or the priceless value you put on yourself. Yeah. But this time around, instead of looking at yourself very, very high, very, very peculiar, very, very precious or treasured, you're looking at yourself as just as nothing, as
Any other person.
Yeah, just any other person, somebody that is not desirable and not worth it, and things like that. So that is, in a nutshell, in a layman's language, what we can refer to when we say low self-esteem.
And does it lead to fear?
Yes, it leads to fear because apart from fear, it leads to so many things. When we begin to look at are the effect. Because when you have a low self-esteem, you're afraid of making mistake. Because you don't know what the consequences will be, what the consequences of your action will be. That's why you do something, you are not sure if what you did was right or wrong. Even though you put in your best, you're like, okay, so what are they going to say? Will they say I did well or not? So the confidence to do something is just not always there.
Lack of confidence. Thank you, sir. So we can be looking at the importance of self-esteem to a young person starting off in life and seeing what to do.
Yeah. Under this topic, under this this particular question, all thanks to Josh McDowell in one of his book, he talks about this self-esteem, and he dealt about young people. Yeah, and then he divided it into two parts. He said there is what is called the functional area, and then there is what is called self-concept.
Okay.
Functional area and then self-concept. Under the functional area, you are looking at 3 areas.
Okay.
And then under the self-concept, you are also looking at 3 areas.
Wow.
Yeah, in the functional areas, you are looking at young people are, number one, area of appearance.
Okay.
Young people are concerned about how they look. So every small thing concerns them a lot. Am I beautiful? Am I handsome? They tend to compare themselves with another person. Am I? Oh, look at this person. He has a perfect figure. Look at me. I'm too short. I'm too tall. I'm too big. I'm too small. I have a small boob. I have a big one. My hip is too high, too this. My toe is lay. I am hairy. I wish I don't have hair. They concern themselves a lot. Oh, I have a short hair as a girl. I wish my hair is longer. So they look at the area of appearance a lot, and this tells on their acceptance of themselves. The second area under the functional area is performance. They consider their abilities, their skills, and their intelligence. Am I intelligent? I don't think I'm intelligent enough. My abilities, is it good enough? Is it not good enough? My skills, out of in the class, I don't think I'm the most skillful person in the class. I don't think I'm that intelligent like other people. When I see other people display their talent, I don't even have any at all, and things like that. Then under the third area, you look at the area of statures. By statures, it means that young people sometimes they measure themselves by who like them, who does not like them.
Maybe on social media.
Maybe on social media, but maybe among their colleagues. It is only that girl that the boys likes. They don't look at my side. So where this person, a lot of people don't like me, or some they look at where they live. Or I went to visit my friend. In their house, you need to see where she lives. You need to see where he lives. Very fantastic house. Me, about 5 of us were in a room. Yeah. So even if that one say, I want to come and greet you in your house, they say, no. Don't come. Our house is kind of like far. This one. So they are not, so they are not confident about where they live, or who their parents are. You understand? Maybe you met this friend's parent, and the parents speaks good English. They are more assertive and all that, and his own parent cannot they don't even understand English, or they speak tic-tac English, and you'll be like, if he sees my parent now, and maybe she in the school now is the one that normally speak Fune, and then say, so you don't even know anything. So you are from, your parents are even from the village, and you are here speaking. So because of that, they get themselves concerned about that. And then under the area of self-concept, in self-concept, is talking about belongingness.
Okay.
Belongingness is having the awareness of being wanted, being accepted, being cared for, being belonging to a particular group, another. We talk about that under what was the topic again? Under peer pressure. Peer pressure. That's why you see some of them, they want to force themselves to belong to a group. And then let me tell you this. Some of these young people that you see today that are going into yahoo or going into money rituals and all, they have low self-esteem. Oh yes, they have low self-esteem. When we talk about some of the effects, you will get to understand what I mean. So they tend to use some things to cover up for their low self-esteem. So they will tend to use weight. Some of them, they don't have the confidence of meeting people one-on-one. So they want to use influence. Like, okay, I'm a big boy now. So they want to use that to cover up for their whatever. And that's why you see some of them, most time they wear dark goggles.
Okay.
Because they can't face you they can't look you straight in the eye. Because when you look them in, they can't even look at you eyeball to eyeball. Their face will be down. So but under the glass, the goggle, you cannot decipher. So that's part of it. Then you look at the worthiness. Under the self-concept, you look at worthiness, the feeling of I'm good, I'm right, whether they are good, whether they are right, whether they feel worthy of themselves. So if they get a positive response,
yes,
they feel good about themselves. But if the response is negative, then they are down. And then we also look at the third part of that. You talk about competence.
Okay.
That's the feeling that the young person have of adequacy and the courage to carry out a task successfully. So if they are able to carry out something successfully, they feel good. If they are not able to carry it out successfully, or maybe there is a failure or something, they feel bad. And some of them have a funny way of responding to failure. Yeah, instead of them seeing failure, like I said, as an opportunity to begin again and to begin more intelligently, they see it as if, you see, that is part of what I've always thought about myself. Nothing good can come out of me and things like that. And before I leave this section, I also want to say this, that most times I do this a lot for young people. I tell them, write about yourself. Tell me your strengths and your weaknesses.
Okay.
Write it out of the sheet of paper. Let me see.
Let's have it.
90% of the time, young people can write 10 weaknesses that they have. And I have only seen one person that was able to write 5 strengths.
Wow.
So most of the time, they look at themselves on the area of weakness. They
And
itemize the weaknesses and this and that. But strength, some will even struggle to put out 2 strengths.
Wow.
Some 3, some 1.
So the maximum has been 5.
Maximum has been 5. Only like 10% will write more about their strengths rather than their weaknesses. But most of them, they just itemize all their weaknesses. And when it comes to strength, they have little to. And when you look at yourself on the angle of weakness, you can't go far. You just cannot go far. So these are some of the things under this particular
Contact to
topic.
low self-esteem. Thank you very much. I I was looking at, when you were explaining under functions, and it was like you mentioned something that was very, very striking. That some of these guys, they tend to cover their inadequacies away, from people seeing it. And then we equally see some too that they live a larger than life attitude. We see some live fake. It was recently I was hearing people live fake life, which I think this one too equally a pointer.
You see, it's like this. The boy cannot talk to a girl directly. Not that I'm encouraging it, but a boy want to. I'm just giving an illustration. A boy want to talk to a girl. He can't talk to the girl because he look at himself as if, what if she rejects me? What if she doesn't? She look down on me that, hey, you, I don't have anything on my own to convince this girl. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for a way out of this low self-esteem I have. Let me go and borrow my friend's car, and then try to package myself, give myself packaging, and then try to buy this car to say, hey, here's my car. So they want to use influence or affluence as a means of covering up their. But at the end of the day, when you get engaged with them one-on-one, when they talk, you will see that beyond how many rich men have you seen in Nigeria today, in our world today, that aside their influences, aside their wealth, when you sit down with them one-on-one, you discover that they are low. They are low. But that wealth, they believe, speaks for them, covers a lot of things for them, that they can use that to get a lot of things done for them. So instead of them to talk, it is this that is talking. So you see that a lot, but people will not know. Those are also self-esteem induced, because whatever you have, whatever image or confidence you have about yourself, even if you don't have the money, you can stand anywhere and deliver, and people will know that this one has it. You understand? But some people they have this, they have that, and then you call them and say, okay, come and no, just say no, I'm not there. I don't like being in the open. I'm not a public speaker. I am not this. Okay, even if you try to express themselves one-on-one with you, they can't. They just cannot.
Beautiful, and equally too, from observation too, because of low self-esteem, people drink.
Yes.
Because of low self-esteem, people smoke.
Yes.
Because of low self-esteem, I've seen ladies, because to be ordinarily people that tone their skin or bleach their skin, all this, and people wearing next to rag, I don't know, is to be, I keep on saying that, look, a white man would never want the dream to be black. It's only been a black man that wanted to be, white.
Can I tell you this?
Yes.
You know that now, even for students to go and do ordinary debate, if they don't take EMP, they can't face the crowd.
Wow.
Ordinary fellow students. That's why I say they want to go somewhere, they have to be high. So that as at that time, it will not be they themselves that is talking. It is the influence of that thing that will give them the confidence to talk. Take away that influence, and they are like pussycats. But with that influence, they are like lion. They roar. They do this, and that's why you see some ladies too. They don't. They just don't have confidence in themselves. Like I say, they complain a lot about. I have seen young people. Sometimes They thought, sir, I don't like this about myself. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this part of my body. I don't this, that. And I said, okay, what do you want to do? That's why you see a lot of people now going into cosmetic surgery. They want to do this enhancement, do that enhancement, want my lips to be like this, they want this to be like that. And all that. Those are low self-esteem. By the time we look at the symptoms, then we'll be able to we're almost going into this. We're almost in the symptoms now.
We're in the symptom.
Okay, now.
And one more thing that's equally strike me. You see, some of these young friends, they prefer to look for the clothing of their friends. Want to wear your clothes.
Yeah.
Because, I want to wear your shoe. And by the time you put each of all these together, you begin to live a life that you cannot, hold down. And before we know it, ladies are going into other stores, looking for guys that could pay their bill, and forgetting that nothing goes for nothing. If he's paying your bill, then you are equally selling your right and privacy to him. And so some of all these things had together. Then, sir, before we go into symptoms, I wanted to ask, what does godliness, righteousness got to do with low self-esteem? Because I see a lot of young church people, ask them to come and stand, talk to you. Some will look down. Won't raise up their head. I wanted to find out, maybe is a means to get into heaven shortly.
I think that question, hold it. All right, sir. We will answer the question when we look at the causes. Because when we look at the causes, I'm going to break the causes down into two. We are going to look at the childhood. Okay. Under the causes, we look at the childhood, and then we look at the adulthood or the whatever. Wow. And under the causes, there's something that is called bottom line and rules for living. So your bottom line says a lot about your rules for living. So when we get into the causes, then we'll be able to. So yeah, it's a beautiful question. Yes. But if we don't look at some of the symptoms, we'll be just as if we are jumping the line.
So let's look at. Of course, we are looking at the symptoms already.
Okay, we are
let's
looking at the symptoms. But let's go for that. There's what is called the common symptoms, and there's what is called lesser symptoms. Yeah, under the common symptoms, do you know that young folks out there, when you discover that you don't trust your own opinion, you are suffering from self-esteem.
Wow, that's deep.
You don't trust your judgments. You don't trust your opinion. You want to do something. Oftentimes, I've seen young people that will say, excuse me, sir, blah, 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 this. And I'll tell them, what do you think? What do you think? I'm not thinking anything. Use your brain. Think. I have some students around me. I tell them this. When you bring an issue to me, we don't call it problem. We call it challenge. When you bring a challenge, before you get to me to tell me about the challenge, on your own, think of 3 solutions. Wow. On your own, just think of 3 solutions. So all you just want to come and do is, there's a challenge. Okay. So, number 1, I thought of this. Okay. Number 2, this. Number 3, that. Then what I will now sit down to do with you is to analyze those 3. And most of the time, the solution lies in those 3. In those 3.
The one that you came up with. But will you have confidence to trust your own judgment?
Most times when you discover that you don't trust your opinion, you want to do something, you have thought it through, but at the same time you're like, actually, I don't whatever. you are suffering from a low self-esteem. When you're always overthinking, always you think too much, too much. You think. It's not strategic thinking this time around. You are just
All kinds of thinking.
you are just
Jack of all trade thinking.
overthinking this and that. Then it's also a sign. Then if you are afraid to take challenges because you are afraid of failure, you are afraid to take challenges because you are afraid of failure, then that's a sign. When you are hard on yourself, but you are lenient with others.
Self-esteem?
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness.
You are hard on yourself, but you are lenient with others. With others, because with others you can overlook some things for them. But on yourself, you're always like being too critical of yourself. Some people will say, oh no, you are striving for perfection, you are melancholy, you are this, you are that. But hey, when you discover that you are always hard on yourself, you see somebody, they say something about them, you are even part of the people that say, oh, you're beautiful, you're pretty, and then you see yourself, I know I'm ugly. I know I'm not this, and you're always saying that to yourself. And somebody you did a test. Somebody got 9/10, and then you got 8/10, and you are telling the person that got you are very, very intelligent, you are brilliant, but you that got 8, just a mark, you are like. Yeah, me, I don't know book. I know I'm not that as whatever like you. And then when you discover that, you are always having what is called frequent anxiety, and then emotional turmoil.
Okay.
You are most of the time emotionally very, 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 very unstable, and then you're always having frequent anxiety. Every time you're always worry, anxious about a lot of things, then those are part of common symptoms. Then aside that, when you discover that you don't accept compliment from other people.
Okay.
You don't accept compliment from other people.
others.
When people compliment you, say, young girl, you're pretty. Oh, that's a flattery. Don't flatter me, please. Or they say, you're intelligent. Me, you don't know what you're talking about. I know your type. You are trying to deceive me. Or you are God has made you. You are unique. You are special. You are that. Who? Me, with this big body of mine. Me that I look like unripe plantain or something, and then or me that I look like overripe banana. Wow. They are saying that he said, I beg you, let's stop saying all that. Then that is low self-esteem. And then sometimes when you are second guessing what people say, somebody says something, and then when the person said, oh, you are this, and then later you now go and say, okay, somebody just passed I remember one day I was it's been long now, but I just remember this now. I was going on the road and I saw a young lady, well dressed, nice outfit and all that, and I just said, and I passed by, and she was coming in this direction, and I faced her, and I just said, oh, lovely outfit, and I just move on. I didn't even look back. I didn't even look. Guess what? She ran back to me. Wow. What do you mean?
Wow. And it's just a compliment?
A compliment. What do you mean? Wow. The person that passed the compliment didn't look back, didn't say, okay, let's stand a while, let's talk or whatever. I just passed a compliment and I went. And if I see you outside in the next 15 minutes, I don't even know who you are. If you change your outfit, I don't even know. I didn't even look at your face. I just saw the outfit and I said, oh, nice outfit. She ran back to me. What do you mean? So when you see like that, you're always second guessing, even when people make a positive compliment or positive, they say positive things about you, and then you're going back again to say, he said I am beautiful. What does it mean? Does it mean that he has ulterior motive? Is he looking for something? Even if it's a girl, even if it's a girl that says that, even if it's a girl that says that, does it mean that she doesn't mean she's a lesbian? Why would she say that I am beautiful? Why would she say that I am intelligent? So when you are always second guessing what positive thing people say about you, because you don't see anything good about yourself. So but any positive thing you see that people say about you, then you are having a challenge of a low self-esteem. And then under the lesser symptom, we are saying that when you are sometimes being over-workaholic, because already you are afraid that anything you do, you are going to you are a failure. So something that ordinarily you should, under 20 minutes, you should do a good job. You want to ensure that okay, if I do that 20 minutes work that you do is already a good job, but in your mind you are like, this one now, it will be condemned, it will be whatever. So let me add more, add extra, and then you are going extra, yeah. And people are seeing that you are overworking and all that. It could be a sign of and then, like I also said the other time, when you try to overachieve because that's the only way you feel that you can belong, or you can be accepted in a particular caucus, or you can be accepted in you just feel intimidated that okay, I saw the girl, if you see the clothes she wore, like when I asked her how much they got it, they said they got it for 15,000. That dress, or 20,000. I kind of like the dress. You know what? I'm going to work extra hard. Anyway, I'm going to do, I will make sure that I buy similar dress and this and that. I came across something sometimes ago that said that every year all these celebrities that go for this. And if you know some of these celebrities, some of them live on drugs.
Yes.
Or they live on drugs.
Yes.
Both within and outside Nigeria.
Both male and female.
Yeah. They say most of them that they spend, I think over $2 billion worth of dress in a year. I mean, collectively, that they don't wear again. Because that's when they are going to this show at the red carpet. They wear a particular one, that they ask you, what dress is this? Oh, this is this and that. Then they are going to another red carpet. So they know this is the one I wore to that show. No, I will go and I must get another one, and then things like that. It could just be that you are suffering from low self-esteem. So these are some of the symptoms. So when you see some of these symptoms in your life, it could be more than this, but these are the ones that I know. Then you know that hey, you are having a low self-esteem.
Wow, thank you very much. And I do know for someone through that if you need to do anything, the first question is, this is what people are saying. This is what people are saying. And I cover them and say, come on, forget about what people are saying. For once, live your life for yourself. Nobody would love you more than yourself. So live your life for yourself. Without wasting time, we now want to look at there are causes for low self-esteem. Are there causes, or is it inborn or acquire? We'll go into this to look at how do somebody find himself in the valley of low self-esteem. Yes.
All right. Well, in the other time I said that under the causes you have the childhood, and then you have the as the person grows into as it grows on. And then I make some mention of something about borderline. By borderline, let me quickly take that off the picture. By borderline, that's like whenever you remember something that happened to you as part of your early experience, how you feel at that time. How you feel at that time, it directly or indirectly determines your rule for living. Rule for living is this: I'm going to live my life.
From the past experience.
From the past experience. So, and under the childhood, parents, family members, teachers, community have a lot to do or contributing factor to some of these low self-esteem. When a child is frequently punished for every action, every mistake she made, you get a punishment. Like I said in one of the sections where I said a father had a rule and then he put it there, 20 commandments, pasted it on a wall. So, thou shalt not, and for every of those rules, the amount of cane the child will receive is already spelled there. So if you mistakenly kick a bowl or a plate or something, that's rule number 20 that you just broke now. What's the punishment? 6 stroke of cane.
Wow.
Oh yeah, get down here, get your 6. So it's going to affect the child psychologically. Wow. Then when you have frequent neglect, you are being neglected, you're asking yourself, do I belong to this family? Am I sure these are my biological parents? And why they are not why are they treating me this way and that way? And then I don't feel love and all that. Or I'm having a special day in school. They say there is a PTA day. Mom did not show up. Dad did not show up. Every of my colleagues' parents showed up, but nobody from my family showed up. And all of them are now eating, drinking, and all that. And then I am, and they're happy, and I'm the only one that is just staying down there. If not for one of my classmates that said the parents should come and, Busola parent did not come. Okay, go and call her. Let her come and eat part of the things I brought for you and all that. So that affects the child. And then when there is an abuse. Oh yes, abuse is not just sexual. Abuse could be physical abuse, emotional abuse, and physical abuse, and that can lead to trauma for a child. For a child growing up, that's it. And then when there is listen to this, harsh parental standards. When the parents set a standard, but the standard are just too harsh. Harsh parental standards, it can affect the child low. It can make the child to have a low self-esteem. Then when the child is bullied in school, when the child is bullied in school and at the same time bullied at home, the child suffers bullying in the school. So the child becomes caged. He's always afraid. Okay, if he talks or the child just says something and they say, hey, shut up, you are talking, who is talking there, and all that, then it affects the child. And then when the child is on the receiving end of the parent's stress, mom just had a bad day at office, and dad just have a bad day at office, and then the child, and then they transfer it on the child. And child is like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And so these are some of the things that make the child to have a low self-esteem. Then when the child does not get praise, does not get affection or what, okay, you just come back from you just wrote an exam, and then in the class you came second, and then you brought your report sheet home, and then your parents see the result and say, oh, second? Really? And you're even flogged for coming second. What happened to first?
First, yeah.
Can't you take first? What is wrong with you? This, that, and that, and that, and that. That could affect the child. I mean, this make me remember something. There was a young girl, or there is a young girl, who had written a WAEC like up to 3 times and did not pass.
Wow.
So it was after that that I, by chance, got to meet the young girl and all that. Then asked her, we talked a lot. She asked her a sort of question, told me a lot of things, and then I discovered that I needed to do what they call in computer formatting.
Okay.
Format her brain, kind of, and then take away some negativity, some low worst self-esteem issue that she's having, and all that. Take them off her. Take them off. It was tough, but we did it by God's grace. And then I now began to enroll her, get her coaching to write WAEC again, right? And then I paid. I'm not saying all this to do anybody, just being practical here. Paid for the WAEC, enroll her in a school to write the exam and all that. When she wrote the exam, she did not pass. In fact, no, she passed to a large extent, but she did not make mathematics. Okay. But she made, I saw some A's and C. No A. I saw some B and C in the, but it was only maths that she did not have. So when the result came out, she told me, he said, I didn't have mathematics. My result, she sent me the result and all that. He said, I'm not happy, I'm not this, I'm not that. I called her, say, hey, come around. So she came and I said, let's go celebrate.
Call for celebration.
Let's go celebrate.
Wow.
And she was like, what? I said, no, just let's go. We went out, buy stuff, and then she got some ice cream when she was going back home, took the ice cream home, and told the parents, hey, my big brother is the only one that celebrated, that got me this ice cream and all that. So I don't get like she now asked me, why are you doing this? As in, why are you celebrating me? And I say, hey, compared to where you are coming from, I saw your previous result. It's only F9, 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 and the D, F9, D, F9, D. Yeah, I don't see C. Oh, but I'm seeing B and C.
Wow.
In the space of less than 8 months.
Wow.
To me, that's a massive achievement. So I'm going to celebrate this because, A, compared to where you're coming from, this is big. Yeah. The following year, she wrote WAEC again. She said, don't pay for my WAEC.
Wow. I'm
going to work. I'll look for money. I'll work. I'll pay myself. She worked. She paid. Pia. She cleared all the paper.
Wow.
She did JAM. She cleared the JAM.
Wow.
Now she's in the university.
Wow.
Oh, you need to see the parent now jumping up. This one. And then when the parent now saw me, they are like,
thank you.
You know. But here's a girl that at a point the girl was wondering, am I sure this woman is my mother? Because she has called me unprintable names. That most times I'll be like, and sometimes she will even swear at me. That will be like, I reject it in Jesus' name. I'll be saying it in my mind. I mean, she'll be saying it in her mind. So when you have that lack of praise for child, nobody praised the child for anything the child did wrong, did right, no praise, no warmth, no affection, then that can be. But then, as the child is growing, no more a child now, maybe now a teenager and all that. Sometimes, when an authority figure in your life speaks negatively about you, Somebody that you hold in high esteem. And every time he's always saying negative things about you. It can lead to low self-esteem. Because you have come to respect the person a lot, to take the person like a thing God. And the person is always saying things about you. Look at you, you are dull. You are not, I'm expecting an intelligent, you are not intelligent, you are this, you are that, and then it affects the person. And then sometimes when the child, as young as he is, he get involved in a negative relationship. Okay. In a relationship that is, maybe especially, he just want to experiment like other people did, and then the boy or the girl, like a particular girl, the boy abuse her, and then he will kick her, he will drag her on the floor, and this girl will be crying and say, hey, I can't live without you, my life is this and that and that.
For someone that's killing you.
Oh, until one day, and these are just teenagers. These are just little. Until one day, I had to, like they say, knock her head and told her to receive sense in Jesus' name.
Yeah,
because she needed to. because she needed to receive sense in Jesus' name. And wow. I say, hey. You are a daughter of Zion. Nobody that is what, and then you are now throwing yourself down at whatever. So she doesn't have belief in herself anymore. She sees herself as so sometimes when you have a negative relationship like that, it can lead to self-esteem. Then when you make a choice, maybe you take some decisions in the past and the decision did not go down well, and it's bringing guilt into the heart of that person from the past, whatever, it makes the person also to have a low self-esteem. You don't want to venture again because you are like, and the one I did in the past didn't work out and all that. That's why I see some people, they try a business. If the business is not succeed, they are afraid to venture into any business again. They be like, the one I did did not. I cannot continue to like that. And then when you keep comparing yourself with people, when you're always comparing yourself with people like that, then there is a problem. And let me tell you this. Especially this social media. Yeah. People put in their best on social media. They don't put in their worst.
Yes.
They don't put in their worst.
Yes.
When all these girls, it's only when they have done their packaging on their body. That's when they post. When they wake up and they all those pimples and everything is there, they don't put it on social media. Yes. So people put in their best on social media. And then when you're always comparing yourself with them and say, look at this person and look at me, look at the way I am, look at this and that and that. Excuse me, you're not seeing the total picture. Okay, or somebody brought a car, like a guy and say, hey, this is my hood. He put a picture, this is my hood, staying in front of somebody's gate. This is my hood. Snapping picture with the guy and say, my G, my, like a day I was going and I saw some girls standing in front of somebody's gate, very beautiful gate like that, and they were taking the picture, and I say, excuse me, what are you going to do with this picture? I say, I will post it on social media. Yeah. I will not know that this gate is locked from outside now, and all that, but you just stand there, my hood, my this. Some people go into an hotel, and then in the hotel room, they take the picture to let you know that this is where I cruise. This is my cruising house. Hey, hello. The person is staying in. Maybe there are 4 of them in a room. Just supposed to have opportunity of coming to a room. So people put in their best, and because of this fake life, you just see yourself just running. So have low self-esteem, and then. Parental rejection, I've also said this before, when the parents are always criticizing, everything, when they are always having, when they are always belittling you, you have low self-esteem. And then there is what is called faulty thinking. Faulty thinking. That is your own thinking yourself. Under this faulty thinking, when you have this thing that I must meet a certain standard to feel good about myself.
Okay. It's faulty.
It's faulty. I must meet a standard. If I don't meet this standard, I cannot feel good about myself. That's a problem. Okay. Then I must have the approval of certain people before I can feel good about myself. That's why, like we said the other time, you just dress up and you're asking, how do I look? How do I look? So, hello, how do you look? So the person does not tell you what you want to hear. You feel bad. So you cannot get angry. You cannot praise yourself. So it has to be, oh, King Emmanuel, check me out. You just like a group chat where they were complaining about a particular person that every morning you will just dress up and whether she's going out or not and post the picture. Hey, hello folks, how do I look this morning? People like that, that's low self-esteem. So they are looking, and unfortunately, when they hear what they don't want to hear, they will fight back the person that say negative things about them. You don't have eyes to see. I know.
I've been waiting for you.
I know you will not say anything good about me. I know that. And then some people they feel that they are unworthy of love, and then they deserve punishment. So every time they just do something wrong, they believe, okay, I've done wrong, then I must be punished. Every time I have done wrong, then I must be punished like that. And then some people, they just have this mindset about them that, well, this is me. I can't change. This is who I am. This is what I am. My situation is that's my situation. You need to accept me like that. You just have to accept me like that. This is who I am. This is what I am.
And I can't change it.
And then I cannot change it. So it's either you accept me like that, or you go. Hello, people may not change, but people can evolve.
Yeah.
But they don't want to evolve.
They don't want to do anything. They've given up already.
This is
like, who I am. This is me.
This is
you need to accept
so
me.
It's a mark of low self-esteem. So these are some of the causes of low self-esteem.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really said, because the question has been, why should somebody be craving for public assessment before you are satisfied, before you are impressed, before you feel you've worked, or somebody holding to something that this is me, this is who I am, I can't change it. You just have to put it all with me, accept me the way I am, or you let go of me. But the question is, why won't you change for better when someone is telling you that this is what you're doing, this is not good enough? Why not opt for the best? Now, we'll be looking at the effect of low self-esteem or whoever that has it, because that's the most important thing now that you need to listen to. Check some of this effect and you'll find them, make a way out.
Special thanks to Josh again. I have to mention, if you know anything about Josh, you know that he's a youth-driven young person. And then under the effects, in fact, there are many. The effects are many. But we just try to look at some of them. Some I may not just give any examples or any any explanation. I'll just mention the effect. Number one, you will have confidence in yourself. You will have confidence in your ability, in your words, in everything about you. Then number two, you're always looking at the wrong side of life, at the negative side of life. Yeah, the world is not beautiful. The sun comes out, you say, it's sunny today, it's going to be a terrible hot day. And then it started with a rain, you say, the road is going to be mushy, and everywhere is going to be. So always looking at the negative side of life. And then another thing is the person will begin to have he will not be able to express his emotions. He will not be able to express his emotions. He just talk a little, and then the next thing he just break down in tears. And necessarily, why are you crying? They can't just talk, because even to express themselves, they are feeling like I may say nonsense. I may even make mistake. Even when I'm talking now, I may even be making grammatical blunders, because they are always concerned about things like that. Then, like I said the other time, the person will be depending on material possession for security. You'll be depending on material possession. Okay, the more things I have, then it makes me feel secure. So when I have this, then it means that I'm going to be acceptable and things like that. Then when you have the tendency to just want to follow the crowd, you just want to follow the crowd, and then you don't want your own independent whatever. Like I said the other time, you don't value your own opinion. You are more about the opinion of other people. Then you cannot accept praise. People praise you. You are. They say you are this. They say, nah, come on, stop deceiving me. They say you are intelligent. Hey, come on, I'm not intelligent. You can't accept praise, and then they allow other people to, in quotes, work on them.
To manipulate them.
They work on them. Yeah, you just discover that people will just be working on you because they know that you have a low self-esteem. They can bully, they can trample on you and things like that. And then sometimes you discover that the person is afraid of being alone. Wow. Oh yeah, the person will be afraid of being alone because maybe something may happen, or this or that. Oh no, I don't want to be alone and things like that. Then the person, sometimes they can be defensive in their behaviors. They can be ultra defensive in their behaviors. And then sometimes they see other people as competition to beat rather than friends to enjoy. They see them as competition. Okay, look at him. He's wearing a nice polo. Look at what I'm wearing. So I must strive better to be better than him. I must be better than him in all things. I'll smart him so that people can now begin to see me. Instead of enjoying the friendship that is there to be enjoyed, then the person will become over self-conscious about the appearance. Over self-conscious about the appearance, about the performance and all that. Then the person will be extremely oversensitive to the opinion of others. Oversensitive to the opinion of others. That's why a person will be going on the road like this, and then he see two people talking. He'll be like, maybe I'm the one they are talking about me and all that. And then or they are looking, and then you just, maybe they were going and you just accidentally look in their direction and say, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Wow. What? Do I poop on my body? Why are you looking at me like? So these are some of the effects that the person is having a low self-esteem. Then you discover that you'll be striving to become somebody else instead of relaxing and enjoying who you are. You just want to become somebody else instead of you to relax and to be who you are. Then, like I said the other time, you will discover that you will constantly be rehearsing mentally. You'll be mentally rehearsing past conversations. You mentally be rehearsing past conversation. Okay, when we sat down together with when I came to King Emmanuel and I was telling him about he was saying some things. What did he mean, sir? Why is he saying that? And when he said this, he smiled. Why did he smile that way? Okay. Why did he open his why this? Why that?
Why did he frown?
Why did he frown? Why did he frown? But that he frown, it means that maybe he didn't really like me. Maybe he was just pretending to say that he cares. Maybe he does not really care and all that. So you have the habit of rehearsing, mentally rehearsing to say, what does the other person what does the other person mean? And then most times you see them, you just discover that it makes you to begin to use anger to defend yourself from getting hurt. You begin to use anger
For self-defense.
And in some cases, you see people, they begin to fear God. Fear God, not reference in time, not reference,
question.
but fear God in the sense that he is not interested or is always angry with them. So they see God as a vampire, as a demon. That every little mistake, you're gone. God is angry with the wicked every day. So a sinner in the hand of an angry God. So every time God is always into the hand of God. So God is always angry with me and every time. And that's why sometimes, even if what they don't consider, like I tell students, I said, it is not what people call sin. Go read the Bible. Look at what the Bible calls sin. That is sin, not what people perceive to be sin. I remember them when we were small. They would tell you, you did just plant on an ant. You are a murderer. You are a murderer. You have killed an ant. You say, but when you try to justify, but it was a mistake. Can you create ant? Can you put life back to it? Oh, you cannot. Oh, you see, you are a murderer. And sometimes, as a young child, you now begin to feel guilt. It's true. I cannot create it. I cannot create it. Now I'm not a murderer. I'm not our murderer will go to hell. So I'm not a killer and all that. And then next time you are now going on the road, you are being extra careful. You are looking. Is there any hands there? Is there anything there? And then the day they now ask you to go and kill, you see a rat that want to destroy your house. So to kill a rat, you will now be like or a snake or a cockroach. And then you're like, no, what I cannot create, let me not. So you see people having that.
Come up with a wrong ideology from such
a very, very terrible. And then you discover that, and like I said that your bottom line has a lot to do about your rules for living. So these are some of the effects of low self-esteem.
That's really, really, really great. Wow. This is loaded. So you've not answered my question that I asked, and I think this should be the time before we go to a solution and close this session, because I find it a lot. Is it that maybe, like you said earlier on, people are afraid of God? Then all of a sudden they lose their sense of belonging. They stop dreaming. They cannot dream. The boldness is not there. Even though we said righteous be bold as lion, but you see that the boldness is not there. They cannot venture into new opportunity. They cannot take issue head on. When you call them to come up, you see whether they are ashamed or, people bending their heads. It can't really face. So I wanted to ask that, does it have to do maybe purity of heart? Does it have to do with, I just want to be quiet, gentle, God is holy, this and that. So I needed you to speak more about this.
Here is the issue. I understood where you are going to, and where you are not even going to. I have an understanding of where you are going to. Here is the issue. Many of these young folks, they come from home or religious setting where they are being gagged.
They are being gagged.
They are being gagged.
What do you mean?
By gagging, it's like you tying clothes on someone's mouth. And then you take it to the neck, and then you squeeze it, and the person wants to talk. He cannot talk. So they have been caged into saying, hello, don't talk. So they are not given opportunity to be expressive from the childhood.
Okay.
From the childhood, from home. So they have learned to live by certain rules and regulation. And that has kind of like mold shaped them.
A regimented life.
They live in a regimented life.
No friend, no coming out, no going in.
You see some places, people misuse sanctification with sanctimony.
Okay.
Instead of sanctification, they go for rules and regulation.
Okay.
So they believe that when you are sanctified, you should walk in a particular manner. So if you don't walk in that manner, probably walk one step, step by step, walk gently, walk quietly, walk slowly, talk quietly. If you are garrulous,
Okay.
you talk blah, 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 oh, then you are not
Express
sanctified.
yourself,
Then you are not sanctified. Or that you, instead of you walking in a particular, just jow like that, you say, this one is not. But you just see some, they just stay quiet, and then some of those children, they live under that pretense. And then with the parent or whatever tend to focus more on them, that you see, this one is quiet, this one is whatever, and what those ones are doing at the background is even terrible than those ones that are always up and doing. They are even saints. They are even saints. But this one that appear this and that and that. So that is where some of these problems are. Oh, a child, you want to engage in a debating and society in the school? No, don't do that. Just stay at the back. Watch. We are having a cultural. No. Don't associate yourself with people. And then instead of the child to be taught the value system, to be taught the Christian way, we are in the world. We are not out of the world. So instead of them to make the decision that, okay, we are to be light in the world, we are not going to live a secluded life. We mix with them. We associate with them, but we just don't practice what they practice and what they do. But they'll be like, no, it is both physical separation, emotional separation, spiritual separation, social separation. And then when the time now comes, and these other ones that you say this and that, they are advancing. Yeah. They are advancing spiritually. They are advancing academically. They are advancing. So when the opportunity now comes, that balance in that child's life is missing. The child may be all right, and most of the time the child is not even all right spiritually. Yes. That's just the truth. They are not all right spiritually, because the child is just like, okay, this is what you want, I'm going to give it to you. This is how you want me to live, I'm going to live like that. This is how you want me to, I'm going to be this. But this other one, they are engaging in this, they're engaging in that, but then they know their value, their moral system and everything. And that's why some parents today cannot have, their children cannot stay up there for a week. They are afraid. The children cannot live somewhere in a week. They don't have the confidence that, oh, okay, I know what I've imbibed in my child. I know that wherever he is or she is, she can live a decent, a good, upright, good life and things like that. But when some of these things have been imbibed in these children, these young people, and then all of a sudden, the platform now comes for them. A child that from young, he can't face the crowd of 2 people. He cannot face 5 people. Now opportunity now come and do a debate and face 2,000 people. How will he do that? That will be stage fright. So these are where some of these problems are. The parental, and then some institutions, where they don't give the platform for the child to be like, okay, you know what, this where leadership and values are not being taught, and then this child is not given the opportunity to express themselves, where the child wants to, you don't even know the mind of the child. The child wants to talk, hey, excuse me, shut up. You don't talk where adults are, where you don't take the child out for recreational center or things that are more of that could be of even add to the child education and things like that. So those are the problem that these young people have. I hope I have been able to answer your question, or is it not up to your satisfaction?
Thank you very much. It's explicit, and I think part of what you said form part of the solution for this problem of low self-esteem. So we just have the solution then while we wind up.
Okay. I have to thank Josh once again.
Thank you, Josh.
Oh yeah. Though I'm adding some things too, but part of the solution is, number one, accept yourself.
The way you are.
Just accept yourself. Just accept yourself. Just accept yourself. Number two, be yourself. Okay. Number three, know yourself. Wow. Then number four, love yourself. Wow. 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 Love yourself. Love yourself. I was telling a young girl who is having serious low self-esteem, and I said, in fact, it was so bad. So bad. And I said, you know what? Go write out about yourself. About the things. Write out 70 things. And maybe I'm throwing the challenge to whoever is listening right now and you're having this challenge. If you can, even if you cannot write up to 70 things, let me give you a minimum. Write out 20 things about yourself. 20 positive things. I'm not talking about negative things. 20 positive things about yourself. If you cannot on your own search them out, ask people, what are the things that are about me? Tell them, hey, don't try to flatter out. I mean, what are the good things about me? Write out 20 minimum, but if you can, 70 about yourself. And she did. And I said, okay, read them out to me. Let me see. She sent them this. And I said, you know what? Paste it on your wall. Paste it on your wall. Make them big where you can see. And every morning when you wake up, call your name. Hi, King Emmanuel. I am handsome. I am intelligent. I am this. I am that. I am that. Begin to recite those things to yourself every time. And during the day, have it somewhere where you can look back at it again and begin to recite it to yourself. Begin to say it to yourself. They call it positive confession. Begin to say it to yourself every time. And what you keep saying over and over and over and over and over, it has a way of registering to your subconscious mind that it becomes you. Now, the girl told me just some days ago, can you believe that I've read 8 books in a month?
Wow.
8 books. Yeah, in a month.
Wow.
And she said, I want to get some books. Can you please help me? I need what are some of the books that this is. I said, wait a minute. Did you mean? He said, yeah, because of the lockdown, I've read 8 books in a month. Wow. I said, amazing. Wow. Amazing. Oh, now she's speaking this. I want to this. I want to this. I'm talking about this girl is a university graduate. I want to this. I want to that. I want to that. I say, hey. You now want to be running faster than me and things like that. So that is it. So love yourself, accept yourself, be yourself, know yourself, and then love yourself. Then associate yourself with friends who delight in you. People that delight in you. Associate yourself with them. Yeah. Then please don't do self-comparison. Bible says people that compare themselves with themselves are not wise. I always say this to young people. I said, in the world, presently now the population of the world is, okay, maybe because of this coronavirus for the thing, but the population of the world is about 7.4 billion. And the scientists have made us understand that no two people are the same. And they came up with this the theory by these two things, that no two people have the same ear gland. That's if you remove one ear on your head, that's a gland. No two people have the same ear gland, and no two people have the same fingerprint. So what does that tell you? That you are unique. You are special in your own way. Then don't have a negative label of yourself. You become a label you give yourself.
Yes.
You become a label you give yourself. And when the time you feel that you have failed, maybe you feel unworthy, you feel this, just go to God, admit, confess it to God, and after that, don't condemn yourself. Don't live in self-condemnation all the time. Continue to feel guilty about this, about that. No. Then I also say this: learn to laugh at yourself.
Wow.
Oh, laugh at yourself. Have a good laugh at some of your mistakes. Laugh at yourself. Don't take everything too. I used to be like that. Overtake things too serious. I just no. In fact, a student saw me last year, and the way I was playing and all that. The last time she saw me was over 10 years ago. She's now not a student anymore now. But the way we were playing was like, is it not the Okudiola I used to know? I said, what happened? He said, look at you, laughing, playing. I said, that time you used to be headmaster. I said, you are like an headmaster. Not that I was you are like an headmaster. Always, you don't smile, serious, you don't, always serious. He said, although it was good for us, it was good for, because they were under my tutelage. Say, although it was good for us because we will have derailed a lot, but that put us online, and today we are grateful, we are happy for who we are, where we are now, right now. But hey, seeing you smile, seeing you laugh and all that, and sometimes you even yab yourself. You even yab yourself. I say, yeah. As we go, we learn more, we read more, we do research and seminars and all that. So laugh at yourself, laugh at yourself. Then have a realistic expectation of other people. Let your expectation of other people be realistic, so that you will not use that to affect yourself. And then you need to relax and take things easy. Relax and take things easy. David knew that David was appointed king at the age of 17. He didn't become king until he was 30 something. And then Jesus knew what he was coming to do on earth. Yeah. He didn't start his ministry. He was using the first 30 years to develop himself. Everything he did was just in 3.5 years. So relax and take things easy. So maybe don't think that maybe God is even in a hurry with you the way you think you are in a hurry. So don't think that way. Then be positive, stay positive, and then try to see how long you can stay. You can go without saying negative things about yourself and about somebody. Yeah, try to see. You can make a decision and say, today I'm not going to say anything negative about anyone. I'm not going to say anything negative about myself. Even if occasion want to, like I said, the things you've written out, say positive things about yourself, and then do what is right in the sight of God at all time. And then lastly, love. With a pure love, but balance that love with limits. Yeah, love. I mean, love people, love yourself, love this, and then balance things up with a limit. So I think if you do all these things and then you put them into practice, I mean, you are good to go. You just discover that low self-esteem become a thing of the past. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and we've come to the end today, and you will agree with me. Really learning time, and like I will say, there is not really a problem anywhere. It's your approach to the problem that matters. There's nothing you cannot do. There's nothing you want to become that you cannot become. At this point, look at it this way. You've not been able to help yourself up till now, and now you've had this, and this may not be the first time you are hearing this. Let me tell you somebody that could help you carry your load. He's a friend, he's a mentor, he's a master, he's a leader, he's a great speaker. He loves, he's a lover, and he cares for you. His name is Jesus. He can help you to be all that you want to be. He can support you, take that weakness away, and give you a new name. And no wonder I said, if any man accept him as Lord and Savior, will be a new creature. All things will pass away. Low self-esteem will pass away from your life today, and you will be what God has created you to be. You will stop following the multitude, whether to do evil or to do whatever they do. But you will be who God has called you to be. You will be yourself, and His grace can help you. At the end, you will be happy. And let me tell you, you cannot help yourself, but Jesus can help you. If you ask Him today, He will come in, will help you, and remove low self-esteem and make you great person. And I'm trusting God, as we agree together, He will do it for you. The Lord will help you. And maybe you need counseling. You want us to talk more. You see that you want an individual counseling. Our number there is 0092374502. Is a WhatsApp line. You can drop your message there and we will reach out to you. You can reach out to us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are available there. And if you want to send a mail, you can send a mail to us at the incubatormedia@gmail.com. You will call it be help. Come to the end of the program today. Till we see next time. I want to see you, that you've overcome low self-esteem and you are who God wanted you to be. Have a great time. See you next time. God bless.